right, hello. Welcome to the Counterpoint Concepts edition of Mike's Master Classes. If you're there at the Long Island Guitar Show, welcome. I imagine that's where you are, wherever you are, and whoever you are. Welcome. Things that I'm going to talk about are things that are very, very simple that you could start to apply immediately. It's just a matter of perspective. For example, like we might see this melody, and the chord might be here, you know. So we might even harmonize it like. But what I noticed that Bill did when he played that same phrase in this tune that I'm about to play, "Turn Out the Stars," he did this, and you'll see it coming up to this. So instead of playing the chord 3 times, he played one note, and the next note, and the next. And at the end of the phrase, you had the sense of the chord, which gives the impression, not a false impression, but it actually results in counterpoint. So this thing about counterpoint being complicated isn't necessarily a true aspect of what we're doing here. Sometimes we can just take this chord, for example. This is a dominant chord. This is a little something I got from hanging out with Jimmy Wyble. I was playing this tune, Chelsea Bridge, and I was even Jimmy said, "Oh, I've always loved that tune, but I never knew it. How does it go? Does it go like this?" And he picked up the guitar and he went. So I said, "Oh, you got to show me that." And I felt embarrassed asking because it was so simple. Here's this dominant 7th chord we all should know, root 3rd 7th, and we play it whether we play it as the Hendrix chord or a cowboy chord, or a 9th chord. It's still the basis, the root, the 3rd, and the 7th, and here's the melody of the tune. Spell the chord. All the things you are is a good tune to use. I won't play the melody for any copyright purposes, but play the changes, and the changes will always have the 3rd. Happens to be that the melody's the 3rd, but sue me. This is F minor. Now, page 1, book 1 is. Now, page 1, book 1, write the next paragraph. I mean, depending on the size of the font, it could be page 2. But we have an interval and the inversion. So what I'm saying is we have F and A flat. I'll try and move my fingers away so you can see clearly. And then the inversion, what we call the inversion, these two notes, this is F and A flat. I'm going to invert them and play A flat and F. So now I've just played those two intervals. The next chord is a B flat minor. B flat, my, B flat, my, D flat, ner, B flat, D flat, the inversion, D flat, and B flat, D flat, and B flat. Next chord's E flat 7th, major 3rd, E flat, G, the inversion, G and E flat, etc. So you see what I'm doing with this. The next chord's A flat, 3rd, inversion, next chord's D flat, major 3rd, the inversion, F and D flat. So you see you have with major, minor, and dominant, these shapes are going to start to look consistent. So it's not like you have to learn a million things. There's 3 things: so major, minor, dominant. Recap. Okay, let's say you have this darn that dream. This is one thing that holds, and the chords move underneath it. So it's not. Do you hear the difference between? And what I hear guitar players do all the time is that means if the lyric is dream, they're going darn that dream, dream. Darn that dream, dream. Very bad. That's why when guitar players play their chord melody, for piano players just kind of politely smile like they're going to their kids' school recital, and they politely applaud. Oh, that's very nice. But you can tell in their eyes that they're really totally unimpressed, because there's no respect. And it's totally unintentional, but there's no respect for the melody, because we think that just because we have a chord, we have to play all the notes. So first of all, just play the parts underneath the melody that need to move. Secondly, as you can see, if I went, now there's a dramatic difference between that and let's say I play this as softly as possible. Now the melodies come forward and there's a dimension to it. So the melody's out here and we've got the background in the background. So our picture has dimension. It's not a flat plane. So this is just the 3rd and 7th, the single notes. I mean, as a chord. Now the single notes with embellishment. If you have any questions, I'm open to any correspondence, and stay in touch with Mike's master classes, and we'll continue a dialogue, continue and build a rapport. Thanks.